I've just seen it snap so many people out of their state. Like their whole world will look like it's falling apart and it's not going to work, and just get them breathing and they come out and their world looks completely different.
I notice whenever I'm trying to make a change, like I spoke about how beneficial CBT was in my life, and yet despite how beneficial that is, the process of getting started with that is the hardest thing. You feel like you're pushing a boulder uphill and it's just not going to make much of an effort. So for the athlete who's keen to go, look, all right, you're right. I need to get over it quicker. I want to get over it quicker. But my emotions are saying, no, you're going to sit here for 6 weeks, dickhead. What do you do with that?
Yeah, bang on. So there's a balance. One of the hidden elements, I believe, in high-level sports performance, it's known as bottom-up regulation. Because what CBT is, or fix your thinking, it's top-down regulation. So that's where, using our logical brain, the prefrontal cortex, we try to shift the way we see it to then calm down the emotional center of the brain, which is either doing anger or fear. And for some people, if there's stress hormone flooding through the body, basically mammalian brain's going to say, get stuffed. You're like, come on, it's okay. It's like, no, there's danger everywhere. So bottom up refers to our physiology. How do we actually shift the body? And one of the beauties of runners is get out, go for a run. But breathwork is one of my favorites that I have seen change people's lives so many times. An example is superventilation or Wim Hof. If I see somebody's really stuck, and that the amygdala, which is the emotional center, it's caught in either fight or flight, or another state is freeze. When someone's in freeze, they'll feel shame, guilt, hopeless, trapped. Sometimes you've got to shift that state out with some superventilation. Wim Hof. Would have heard of him, fully in, letting go. And you can find that on YouTube everywhere. He's amazing. I've just seen it snap so many people out of their state. Like their whole world will look like it's falling apart and it's not going to work, and just get them breathing and they come out and their world looks completely different. Because one of the elements when it comes to mindset, and we think mindset's all thinking, it's also the vagus nerve. Like the vagus nerve, which runs from our brainstem down to our heart, down to our digestive organs, if that's not active, our heart rate will be 20 beats faster and our survival brain will be looking for threat or danger. But when vagus nerve's on, we feel safe. And that's what allows us to perform well. One final practice that I've shared many times over the years, it's called VU, and it's by Peter Levine. He's big in somatic experiencing, where I'll have a client go, all right, breathing fully in, and I'll have them do that 8 times. All of a sudden, they're in a different world. Like, oh, everything's actually okay. So we combine top down with the beauty of bottom up.